Hello, dear teacher. We are the group A, conformed by Aaron Alaba, Kevin Chatipan, Daniel Arboleda, and Evelyn Ajbi. And today we're going to talk about successful classroom management. So the first topic that we're going to talk about is connecting with the students. And according to Price and Nelson, they recommend that the best way to make students feel good is that teachers should act like they like them, all of them. And some recommendations they give are the next. Call up students by their names, listen to what they want to tell you, talk to them outside the class, consider the activities they like, always remember their interesting concerns, make jokes and laugh out of their jokes, and welcome them back when they have been absent. Next slide, please. So according to students' diversity, so it's very important to remember that diversity depends on many factors as language, ethnicity, race, ability, disability, class, religion, gender, and others. Next slide, please. And some recommendations also given by these actors are the following. Um, we have to remember as teachers that students are different. So about expectations that we could have with students, remember that some students are close as other students could be distant. Some students like informal relationships, others like formal relationships. Some students like the students have some touching with them. Other students doesn't like touching. Also, it is important to remember that students are not like teachers, so teachers should know very well their cultural background. Other students doesn't like sitting on the floor, and other students could believe that if you don't hug them, you don't like them. So you should, as teacher, know very good how students are. Next slide, please. And about social skills, well, it's important that remember that as teachers, the interaction between two or more people are very essential in the classroom. Some tips that I can tell are the following. Social skills helps teachers to be successful in their lesson and activities. Also, it helps students to follow the classroom rules and routines. Students can make friends, they can get along with others and in the authorities, and also deal. It's important that teachers should deal with bullying in the classroom. Another is that teachers should decide which of the many social skills are going to be tough in the class. Some tips are that is teachers should analyze instructional methods, also analyze the classroom rules, and think and analyze the typical issues of students.
Good afternoon, dear Professor and mate. And my name is Daniel Arboleda, and I'm going to talk about creating a diversity responsive environment. And I'm going to start with this, who means integrating students' home, community, and cultural experiences into the classrooms. Teachers should use inclusive teaching methods that reflect diverse backgrounds, ensuring every student feels valued. The curriculum should include diverse perspectives to enrich learning too. Classroom management should respect and acknowledge diversity, with, with rules promoting respect for all. The physical and social environment should reflect and celebrate diversity through thoughtful decorations and inclusive practices. This can include signs, pictures, and posters representing different cultures. By focusing on these aspects, teachers can create a supportive and inclusive classroom where all students feel they belong and are encouraged to learn about and appreciate different cultures. And the next slide, please. Um, the physical environment, um, a welcoming physical environment, it's important for making everyone feel comfortable and represented. This includes using decor that reflects diverse cultures, like signs, pictures, and posters. Ensure the classroom includes materials that represent the students' diversity, such as books and artworks. Make the classroom accessible for students with disabilities by considering physical access and providing necessary resources. Um, Create an environment that stimulates interest and diversity through educational displays. Um, by designing the physical environment thoughtfully, teachers can create a space where all students feel included and inspired to learn about and respect diverse backgrounds, ensuring and fostering a sense of belonging and inclusivity. The next slide, please. Classroom interactions. An effective classroom interaction is key to creating an inclusive and supportive learning environment. Teachers should ask clear and stimulating questions that encourage all the students to participate. Group and pair work allows students to share diverse ideas and collaborate too. Activities should promote learning autonomy and improve oral skills. Individual work should be customized to meet each student's needs and learning styles. Technology can support learning thought, uh, Technology can support learning through tools like interactive whiteboards and computers. Seating arrangements should be tailored to the activities, such as B-shape for debates. And finally, considering these elements, teachers can create a dynamic classroom that represents and celebrates diversity, enhancing the learning experiences for all students. Thank you for watching.
Dear Professor, my name is Evelyn Ayoví, and I'm going to explain the social environment. It's important as a teacher we can create safe and inclusive spaces for all students without exclusions. Inclusive classrooms are an opportunity to develop more respectful and democratic society. Some ways in which we contribute to building a diversity-sensitive environment are have a respectful but close connection with the students, encourage collaborative work, and teach about how valuable is the diversity and the importance of taking care of ourselves and the classmates. The emotional environment. Another relevant area is the relationship between emotions and learning, how they influence the process. Cognition and emotion go hand in hand. As a teachers, we need to consider how our planning can also impact the emotional situation of our student. It's important that the teacher knows more about the context of the students, and how to work with this difference, avoiding putting the students in a vulnerable situation where they feel embarrassed or abnormal. Planning must consider the difference and try to resolve them. Planning must respond to academic needs, but without leaving aside the emotional implications. And the emotions are important. They can drive or limit the learning. The final is the developing of classroom rules. It's important create classrooms spaces inclusive and sensitive with the students' emotions, but it's essential to establish rules that give a structure to the class. An interesting strategy is to prepare a poster of agreements where the students participate directly and contribute with their individual commitments to respect them jointly, understandingly their individual responsibility. Some examples of agreements are raise your hand to ask, to speak, don't interrupt others when they are speaking, and other agreements. Establishing agreements and fulfilling them should be a commitment that the teacher and the students practice in each session. This is a constant job for the teacher, but it helps guarantee the healthy coexistence and therefore better educational quality. Thank you.
Hello there, Master. My name is Kevin Anjatipan. I'm going to talk about establishing classroom routines. We know that we start at the beginning and the end of the class with rules and turning in assignments. We need to improve and we need to care about behavior problems. These rules or routines, we have to have a specific rules and routines can be applied in our classes. Some routines can be free time, snack time, finding a partner, and also we have physical, emotional, inclusive practice that we can do in our classes. And also the last part is about an example that we can have an active participation and collaboration. The next slide. The effective classroom management strategies. Basically, we are explaining about the control of a positive teaching and learning to prevent the behavior problems. For example, practice self-control, pay attention, follow the rules. I mean, we can do with explicit instructions, with role-playing scenarios, with social studies and visual supports that can help students to understand what we are saying and try to take this attention to the next. Yeah, also we are talking about rules and routines, but the last part is about social skills that we try to the these guys are learn do the best practices and also have a good reinforcement and learning environment. The next one, please. The proactive classroom management is about to implement classes that can be in steps, that can develop activities. For example, we can do role-playing activities to reinforce a positive social interactions. The last part that I'm going to explain is about the behavior that we need to care as with our students is basically to understand what is the individual accommodation or practice self-control, follow the rules. Like in this case, we have the 4 letters that the purpose is about provides good experience and interactions with them. Thank you so much, dear master.